Adam, a lot of stuff happening around Carolina athletics, and you had your finger on the pulse of all of it. What's up?
More wins in many cases, including baseball. Diamond Hill sweep their third straight series. They capped it off with a 9-5 win over Stony Brook on Sunday. Carolina is now 12-0 overall. Only the fourth time in program history they've started at least 12-0. You know that from the 5-second challenge.
Here's the thing about the Diamond Heels, Adam. They just keep coming at you. Like they were up in that game, I think 7-0. And Stony Brook, to its credit, fought back in it and got it to 7-5, hit a 3-run home run, I think, in the 8th inning, like top of the 8th. And so it's like, ooh, okay, here, like the Sea Wolves may have a chance. Tar Heels hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 8th to just stretch it back out to a 4-run lead. They have been relentless so far, both at the plate and on the mound, of just waves of people coming at you. They've been impressive, and they're better than Stony Brook. But they still went out there and swept the series. And I have been heavily impressed. They've got a tough week upcoming. They got two good midweek opponents with Coastal and then College of Charleston, and then Stanford, who's really good, coming in this weekend. So that is a difficult week. It will be hard for them to be 17-0 at the end of this week, but they are a very, very good team.
Hunter Stokely is just playing out of his mind. In the Stony Brook series, he hit .556. He drove in 6 runs. For the season, he's batting .444. He's got 4 homers, and he's driven in 17. Tar Heels continue this heavy schedule, as Jones told you. The weather on Wednesday is a bit of an issue. Keep an eye on that.
Are you going to wear a House Divided shirt?
I'm going to be like Bobby Bowden's wife. You may know by the time you hear this, there's a chance something may happen to that Wednesday game. And honestly, the Tar Heels could use a little break. But I think the fact that they have the pitching depth to get through this, and people have kind of just overlooked the pitching because the hitting's been really good. Like, I think Jason DeCaro's ERA is 0.50. And you've got all the young guys in the bullpen. And
he started 3 games, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he's pitched 1 game.
Aiden Houck was really good in the finale against Stony Brook. Got a lot of arms, got a lot of bats. Yes, you need to see him against ACC competition because the ACC is good.
And yet, I mean, yes, but they have played Texas Tech and Kansas State and East Carolina, who are all good teams for varying levels. And that's not a knock on Stony Brook. I don't think they're as good as those other teams that Carolina's played. But yes, the ACC is a different level because the ACC is elite in baseball. SEC, ACC, elite. And Carolina's not going to go undefeated in ACC play. There's a ton of really good teams. But they've played some decent teams, and they've looked good.
Kansas State left Chapel Hill and went out and started beating really good teams.
Yeah.
So, big week coming up for the Tar Heels. Women's basketball, their week's going to include the ACC tournament in Greensboro. Unfortunately, Carolina going there on a bit of a down note, lost 78-75 to Virginia. On Senior Day Sunday, Carolina did play without Alyssa Usby and without Renaya Kelly. That's obviously very important players.
I mean, I don't have the stats off the top of my head. I'm going to guess those are 2 of your top 3 scorers along with Maria Gokdang for the team. And Carolina had done a pretty good job weathering the loss of Usby, but Renaya Kelly had been a big part of them weathering that loss of Usby. And so then when she wasn't available, you can tell Carolina has had a tough time without both of them. And that Virginia game, and they had an 18-point lead in the second quarter and let that slip away. And some of that was there were a lot of turnovers down the stretch for Carolina that hurt them. And obviously Renaya Kelly is going to be your top ball handler.
I do think it's a reminder that Dean Smith knew what he was talking about. When you lose somebody to injury, you can withstand it for a game because everyone else raises their level. When you get further into that absence, you really start feeling it because you're missing all those things that made that player, or in this case, players, important. And that's what happened. Now, as Jones mentioned, Maria Gokdang, she had a career-high 25 on senior night. How about this? It wasn't just 25. She also had 9 rebounds and 5 assists.
Yeah.
Maria was like, I'll just do it all. Carolina finishes the regular season 25-6 overall, 13-5 in the league. This is a tough draw at the ACC tournament. Tar Heels are the number 5 seed after some tiebreaker back and forth.
There was some confusion on the tiebreaker.
There was. But now they've got it all worked out, and I'm sure everyone's totally satisfied that it was done correctly. Carolina's the number 5 seed. They'll play the winner of BC Syracuse at brunch on Thursday, 11 a.m. If the Tar Heels win that one, they would then play Florida State, a team that beat Carolina at Carmichael, Friday at 11 a.m.
And they've got, I think, the top scorer in the league. I don't know her name.
Yes, she's good.
But she is good. She's the one who hit the game winner
Right.
against Carolina and Carmichael.
If you win that game, play NC State.
More than likely, yeah. Because, I mean, wouldn't State have to win a game? But yes.
Well, yeah. That's a tough draw. So keep your eye on Greensboro this week. Women's lacrosse, the Humphrey sisters.
They went out and backed up their pod appearance like champions.
20-4 win at Louisville on Friday. 13 different players had at least 1 point, but you want to know about the Humphreys. Chloe had a hat trick 10 minutes into the match.
They scored 3 goals in 10 minutes. No big deal.
Ashley Humphrey had 4 points.
And Nicole had an assist too, I think, didn't she?
Yeah. All you need is Humphreys, and you can be a top-level team in the ACC, even if that's your whole team. And Carolina's got a good rest of the team. Tar Heels are now 5-0 overall, 2-0 in the league. They're outscoring opponents 87-24. They're number 2 in the country, and now they've got a 3-game homestand coming up. It starts today against Temple at 5 o'clock.
So who's number 1? Boston College. Those two will see each other at some point in time.
Yeah. Gymnastics, peaking at the right time.
Oh, boy, what a performance this was.
Season-high team score of 196.675.
It's a good score.
To win the UNC quad meet. Good score, Jones. It's the highest team score in the Dana Durrani era.
I believe it. And look, they were better than Yale and Penn and Temple. But you still get, maybe more than any other sport, you still got to go hit the routines. And Carolina had a really, really nice performance. Top to bottom, just very consistent, quality performance.
Lali Dekanoidze won the bars for the 4th straight meet. Julia
Did she have a
Noer
9.95 or 9.9? She had a really good score. I think it may have been 9.95.
Julia Noer won the all-around. Gwen Fink tied for the beam win, and Noer and Jessica Naranjo tied for the floor win. Carolina won everything. Tar Heels are ranked in the top 25 nationally. They've got a quad meet coming up on March 9th. Alabama, Cal, and Michigan State. The score against Cal will count for ACC purposes.
That's a big-time quad meet. That's those quad. They've been doing their squats there, Adam. That quad is loaded.
So that's Sunday. Keep an eye on the
Where is that?
At Quad Meet Central.
In Quad Town.
Yeah.
Okay.
GoHeels.com will have that answer.
I'll find it. I'll find the answer.
Softball just continues to mow people down, and a lot of times not even let those people get hits. Kenna Ray Dark had a no-hitter. Either the 57th or 58th no-hitter in program history. We've seen both numbers. Either way, she did it. Carolina beat St. Joseph's 10-0. Carolina now the only school in the country to have 3 different pitchers this season throw a no-hitter. The others came from Nikki Harris and Britton Rogers. Kenna Ray Dark did it in under 50 pitches. A no-hitter in under 50 pitches. The game ended in 5 innings. That's impressive.
Huntsville, Alabama is the answer for this quad meet location for the Heels. I'm going to check the rankings on these 3 opponents. This is a big-time quad meet.
I think you might be able to go to space camp in Huntsville, Alabama, Jones. Tar Heels are hoping to take that rocket to a high score. Carolina softball now 18-3 overall, 14-0 at home. They face Michigan today, and then they open ACC play this weekend at home against Pitt. Look, the softball non-conference schedule possibly not rated number 1 in the RPI, but the Tar Heels are winning the games, and they're blowing people out, and they're really pitching well.
All right. I'm not 100% sure this is the accurate rankings because it's got the Tar Heels at 24, and I think they're actually maybe a little higher than that. But this has got Cal at 6, Michigan State at 8, Alabama at 14.
Got to play the best to be the best, Jones.
Big-time quads.
Big-time quads on the men's lacrosse team. They got a win over Penn, 16-8, then lost a close one to Princeton. Princeton's number 8 in the country.
But they've played a hard schedule so far.
Yeah, their schedule is highly ranked in the RPI. That loss to Princeton was 14-12. Owen Duffy continues to play well. He had 3 goals and 2 assists against the Tigers. Dominic Petramala had a hat trick against Princeton. Duffy and Petramala are having a great year.
What are they, 4-1, 5-1?
Yes. Number 4 nationally, pending the new polls after that loss to Princeton. They host Hofstra on Saturday. Men's tennis beat Virginia Tech 4-3, lost 6-1 to Virginia. Virginia's number 5 in the country. Tar Heels are 7-4 overall, 1-1 in the league. They're about to start a 4-match road trip at Louisville on Friday. And then keep an eye on the ACC track championship scores. They're finishing up. They finished up yesterday after we talked. The men currently in 2nd, the women in 12th. Ethan Strand, former podcast, won the 5,000 meters and set an ACC record while doing it.
Yeah. Just all in a day's work for Ethan Strand.